Well, hello folks, it's Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike and I do bees. Welcome back to Southeast Louisiana. If it's your first time, welcome to Southeast Louisiana. All right folks, it is June 18th and I am getting ready to go in the honey house. I was out here shooting an opening for another video. So anyway, I'll go in here and got something I want to show you. Oh, I'm excited about this piece of equipment. I can't wait. Let's go back in the honey house. I've already had the camera in here once. I am extracting honey. Let me turn these fans off. And I'm not going to show you that. 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 I'm going to show you this. That's right. I got a Hilco 9-gallon creamer. Oh, I'm excited about this. Folks, we had literally, you and I had just seen the video of my small scale creamed honey, and that's how I've done it for years. It's worked great, no problems. Still a great way to do small scale cream because look, I seen the creamers out there. I seen John Hill's Hilco creamer. I did a couple shows with him and helped out their vendor area and saw them firsthand, checked them, touched them, and they're nice units, very nice units. And I was like, whoa, it'd be nice to have one. But I'd go, you know, I don't need to buy one for the amount of honey, creamed honey I make. It's just too big. They're like 20 gallons or something. They're like as big as this baller right here. And plus, the way my operation works, this is the way things work here. You see all this equipment I got? I don't just have money falling out of my pockets and growing on trees. Everything we've done in this bee operation, we get to the end of the year, we see what we've made and we buy stuff for it. Whether it's equipment, whether it's extracting equipment, whatever it is, we've kept this little hobby in the black by saving the money through the year and buying stuff at the end of each year. And I said, you know, I could buy a big old giant creamer or I can keep making creamed honey the way I do, and y'all seen it in the video, and buy something different down the road. You know, I want a clarifier really bad, and a pump. So that's something to save for. Well then, not more than a week or so after I made that video or it went out, John Hill throws a video out there of a 9-gallon creamer. And I got to tell you, that's the size I want. There's other small ones out there, but they cost more than his big creamer. And I just didn't, again, it was like, okay, how much creamed honey do I sell? When he came out with that size, I said, that's the size I need. Because I really do want to do some infused creamed honey, some flavored ones. And a creamer would make it so much easier to make batch after batch. Because you saw how I did it. It's a day's work of mixing and then stopping and mixing and stopping. And I only mix one day, and then I drain it off the next day. But now, I can set it and forget it. So we're going to mix some up sometime today. I don't know. I got to start extracting. I got to get busy extracting instead of playing with this. But I'm so excited. This thing, and I mean in typical Hilco, they make it easy to take apart. I take it apart to wash it out of the box. A knob here, a knob on the back, and a knob here, and this thing pops right off. This thing weighs 100 pounds. This thing is sturdy, this paddle wheel. And typical Hilco goes and makes the valve flush with the bottom and sloped in there so it drains perfectly. Typical Hilco. Making things easy. But I got it all washed and put together, and I can't wait to use it. So I'm going to show you how we mix it. And I'm only going to make a 2.5 gallon batch because that's how much seed I have. I have the 1-to-10 ratio worked out. And I was, you know, already for what I was going to make on my next one. So I only have enough to make 2.5 gallons. But that's fine. 2.5 gallons, that takes us a while to sell. So I can make another 2 or 3 gallons of some flavored. And I'm excited. I'm just excited. This kind, you know, a beekeeper, these are like toys like this. It's like a pilot that gets a new plane. I'm excited about it. So, you know, Dice, when he made honey, creamed honey, when he came out with it, he heated it up. One of the reasons to get all the crystals out. You gotta have all the crystals out because you don't want it to follow the wrong crystal. But another reason to do that is to get the yeast killed off, because of course creamed honey, when it's a controlled crystallization, when we control the crystallization, we make crystals which are separating the moisture from the sugar in there, and now we've got free moisture, so we got to be careful if there's a whole lot of yeast. I don't know what tallow honey has as far as yeast content. So what he would do is Dice would heat it to 150 degrees, basically pasteurize it, kill the yeast, so there's no chance of it fermenting after it's in the jar. Because when we begin to and that's what kind of made it really creamy, was it wasn't just your normal crystals. And so that's where it's kind of tricky with yeast, moisture, sugar, and all that good stuff to mix together. Got a manual mode, automatic mode. I'm all about automatic. Set it and forget it. Let it run for a few days. Off we go. Runs, how's it run? 15 minutes, 45 minutes off. 15 minutes, 45 minutes off. Find the speed that's good. And I read the directions that came with it for what speed I'm looking for and what I'm looking for in the honey as it goes. And set it and forget it. How many times have I said that? All right. When I start this thing, I'll turn you back on. Folks, I do want to say, when I make this video, that I'm not an employee of Hilco. I have helped them at some of the at 2 conventions that were close by to alleviate some of the personnel, logistics stuff that had to go on. When it comes to any products that you see on here, when I do a product, I don't do like I've turned down people that want me to do reviews. I've turned down companies that want to come on board with my channel because I don't believe in that particular company maybe. I don't do just unboxing blind reviews. I only feature stuff on my channel that I am going to use from companies that I use and I like. That's how it works. I learned that from Bruce Alligator Man, actually. Doing a lot, camped with him for years, and used to talk to him just a few days ago, talking about this, that he taught me that if it's not a good product, if it's not a product I believe in and built well, I'm not going to feature it. I'm not going to talk about it. So that's why anytime you see reviews from me, they're not really reviews, they're products that I wanted and that I will use, and from companies that I use. I'm not gonna go say, okay, company X, and they just send me something and say, try it out and see if you like it and do a review. If I don't like it, you may not want my review, because I'm gonna tell you. So I don't even bother putting myself in that position. I only see companies that I use and like. So you'll notice the hat I got on is Hive Alive. I like the product. You've heard me talk about it for at least 3 years now, 4 years actually. And I did talk to them, and I want y'all's opinion on this, because I'm not affiliated with anybody as far as any official affiliations whatsoever, but I like the products, and if I like them, I tell you about them and what I've seen with them. I let everybody else figure out on their own, but Hive Alive is something that I love their fondant. I've seen great results from the hives that have the fondant on them versus some of the smaller ones that just went on the honey they had coming out of winter. The packages grew really nicely with their Hive Alive, and I've used Hive Alive liquid before. I started using their pollen last year a little bit. Do I have measurable results? No, but I believe his research. He has great research. He supports the beekeepers. So I'm thinking about being an affiliate. And it's nothing more than me being able to go out there and offer you a coupon code and show their product when I use it. So what do you think? I mean, it helps you with a coupon code. Will it benefit me a little bit? Sure, a little bit it will. And it benefits them. So I don't know, it's a company I like, I believe in. Won't be out here trying to push you into it and sell you into it and tell you this and that. I'm gonna tell you the results I have, what I like about it, and why it's easy to use and why I use it. So I don't know, I'm thinking about doing it. I hope it doesn't upset anybody. If I do, go ahead and do it. I'm still thinking about it. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments as far as an affiliate, because yeah, I do talk about a lot of products on this channel, but they're products I use. So same with what we're going to do in here. All right, so just want to throw that in there real quick. Yeah, I almost asked you in another video when I actually put the second round of feed on the packages. So let me know what you think. All right, folks, I got a 1.5 gallons of honey. I'm gonna put in, I'm letting my seed warm up. This is kind of warm already. I'm letting this go to room temperature and this go to room temperature. This is cold, this is warm. We're gonna meet in the middle, but I'm gonna pour this in. Actually, you know what? I need my bucket perch because I'm gonna end up leaving it on here. This will be a bonus if this fits. I don't know if it does. It might, yeah, it might work. It's up kind of high, but that's all right. This is not the permanent spot for it, I promise you. But let's go ahead. Oh, ask about my rib. Yeah, it's still sore, but I can lift still. There it goes. I'm making creamed honey. Yeah, so I'm gonna put this bucket perch in here. I'm spinning my extractor right now. So in between runs, the honey is so thick. Let's see if this will work. I think it will. All right, 2.5 gallons in. We're gonna let this go to room temperature. I'm telling you, Hilco has done it again. John and his team out there, they so many years we were stuck with the high dollar stuff, and everybody was so high. You couldn't make an easy jump. Everything was so high. He came in, he met the beekeepers in the middle. He recognized the issue. I'm not saying this thing's cheap. What I'm telling you is it's reasonable compared to others. So it's cheaper than others. And that's why I like Hilco. I talk about them all the time. I have their stuff. Not all of my stuff is from them. They weren't around when I started. But it's slowly starting to infiltrate really good into here. So that right there, I can't wait. I can't wait. And I know a lot of y'all have their big creamer too, and you like it. So shoot, this is not even a load for this thing. Well, folks, I think we're at room temperature. I'm in here, look, we're still extracting. We got 4 boxes left. I'm drying them. Honey was kind of wet getting toward the bottom. Not wet, it was closer than it was in the past few days, but we got those 10 boxes done. And I'm telling you, this, look at the wax, it's done puddled down. It's all of it's draining. There's 5 gallons left in here at least. Draining this last bucket. I'm gonna tell you what, these strainers, I'm over them. This takes, you know, we all talk about choke points, and each year I refine something, and last year I didn't refine anything. I kept with these. This honey's so thick this year, this is holding me up. So this caused me, I could have had all those boxes done probably 2 hours ago. I'm over this. It's too much waiting. I still got 40 super sitting out, you know. They got to go through this place. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know how I've done it in the past when I had a job. Anyway, the honey in the creamer is still a little bit warm, but I think it's cool enough. It's cool as I usually take it down when I hand mix it. So let's look at this machine. I did have a little spill. That was my fault. And so I need to wipe this edge down. So anyway, here's the machine. I think it's the temp is right. The lighting is not good right here. We're in kind of a corner, but here's the machine, 9 gallon. Here's the control box. There's the mixer, the dasher, like would be in an ice cream maker. Here's the control box. It has the on-off, automatic manual. I will put it on automatic. Then you go here and you turn it to run, and then you control your speed. And what that does is they say you want a small wake behind the paddle, but you don't want it, you know, you don't want air, and we know that with creamed honey. Said that on my video where I made it small scale style. So let's add our seed. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and add our seed now. So my size of the batch is based on the fact that I know how much seed I had made off my other one. When I made the other one, I had no intention of buying a creamer at the time. Now I have a creamer, but I don't have enough seed to make a huge batch, which I don't need a huge batch. So I'm gonna add this seed. Ooh, it's nice and creamy. Golly. We're gonna add it to this. My whole bowl cleaned out here. Okay, I started the video, I didn't hit record. I turned it on, it didn't come on because I didn't plug it in either. So I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything right. I didn't plug it in, I didn't hit record. I'm in a bad spot. I've got it turned for you to see it because it's just dark over here. But with the shop in here just full of everything with the extraction process going on, this is the only spot I really have room for. So let's turn it on. It takes a second to boot up for the lights to all come on. I turned it on once and ran it, and there it goes. Now it's booted up. All right, it's ready to go. It's on automatic. And the way this thing works, it builds up speed. So I'm gonna turn it all the way on. Whoops, I gotta hit run. I'm sorry. Let's see, hit run. All right, there we go. Now the VFD appears to be going. Here goes the dasher or paddle. It's not a lot of honey, so I need to get the speed set on it. This thing's gonna run for 15 and sit for 45. So we're gonna watch this thing go around, and it's gonna mix for the next few days. I say 3 days to 4. Dice did it 1 to 2 days in his, when he started with creamed honey. Now I don't know how it's gonna do with this small batch, again, because there's only one blade down in there, and there's some blades on the bottom, some vertical ones that are also mixing. So I'm not sure how it's gonna do with a small batch, but we're gonna find out. I don't think we can go wrong with it. All right, well, it's mixing. We're gonna let it go. We're gonna see what it does. All right, it's got a long cord too. I'm making creamed honey with a creamer. I'll make a bigger batch next time, and then we're gonna have a time where I make a batch of flavor too. So, but I'll make my seed a little bigger this time, based now that I know I've got a creamer I can put it in. So it comes with this lid, and this lid actually fastens in tight. You put it down here against the screen, and it just snaps right in. Well, folks, it has been about a week. I have not messed with the creamed honey. We're a little packed tight in here because of honey harvest. Here we go. We got all my stuff washed, my strainer, and got all our buckets stacked. Still got some supers we're extracting. There's our cracker board. Inventorying buckets because actually I think I'm gonna need some more. But we're done with this extracting for today. Finish that up tomorrow, and I think that's the last. That is it. Anyway, been a week, and let's let it go. I figure, well, everybody talks about going 4 and 5 and 7 days. And one thing about creamed honey is we always see the beautiful creamed honey coming out of here, but it's not creamed honey yet until it sets up. Well, I guess it is, but that's what this beauty of this thing is I don't have to do all the mixing, and it lightens it up, and it does all the mixing and really softens this stuff up really well with the seed. The honey is very creamy, but creamed honey, according to the Dice method, now needs to be held around 57 degrees Fahrenheit, which will allow that honey to set up, and that's for about 10 days. And so that's what we're going to do. I got my refrigerator set somewhere around there because I got it on the highest setting, and that's what we're going to do. So that's part of the creamed honey, is the setup part. It's got to set up, and then it becomes that firm but creamy mixture that we want. So the first thing we got to do is get 2 pints off for seed, because again, I probably need to make more seed because the next batch is going to have to be 2.5 gallons, but I'm not prepared for that. So we're going to do my normal amount, 2.5 gallons. I'm going to make a seed for another 2.5 gallons, which I might start experimenting with some. Now that I have this and I can just set it and forget it, I'm going to be able to do some infused honey. And that's what I love about this thing is, yes, it is pricey, I agree, but it's not as high as the bigger ones. And now this just enhances my inventory where I can expand it a little bit, and I don't have to sit out here for 3 and 4 hours mixing by hand. And I mean, it didn't go super long with mine, but still, it was a while. So we're gonna bottle this. It's running right now, so I'm gonna let it quit running, then we're gonna bottle it. Wow, that's pretty, huh? It runs fast. It's still pretty liquidy. I opened it too much. That was a mistake. Alright, so my seed is bottled. It is so creamy looking. We hope it sets up as creamy as it looks. So the seeds, they'll go in the fridge right here in the door. That's the seed shelf. Seed done. We bottle. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, but there you go. There's the Hilco 9-gallon creamer. We're gonna let this sit up. I have no doubt it's gonna be wonderful. Of course, we know creamed honey follows the seed of what we put in it. And the seed we put in it was super creamy. I'm looking forward to seeing it and seeing what it comes out to be. But it's gonna be 2 weeks from now, so I wanted to go ahead and preview this thing because I'm excited about it. I don't know if you could tell from the video, and it's got, I'm telling you, it's got a beefy motor. This thing is seriously good for going through that thick honey, I suppose. That's why it's so big. I almost closed out this video without showing you how easy this thing comes apart. Of course, you got this little snap-on lid. I think maybe I said something at the beginning of the video. It's been a while since I started this video. I got these thumb knobs. Just take this motor off. Now, this thing is heavy, I will give you that. But like with the extractors, it just lifts right off the drive. It's just got a, oh man, it's a stout motor. There's no doubt about it. And there you go. Now this dasher comes right out. You know, it just pops right out. Boom, just like that. It's got a little ball bearing down in there. So folks, I sure appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed this video of this 9-gallon creamer. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to try some infused honey and get that thing rolling. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. This is Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike and I do bees. Lately, all we're doing is honey. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week and may God bless you. We'll see y'all later.